Flag on the play if you're not subscribed to VonAllen Sports. But once you are, we'll make it up to your team in the fourth quarter. You're watching VonAllen Sports, real and honest NFL analysis. Subscribe now and join the empire. VonAllen Sports, let's go.
VonAllen Sports. VonAllen Sports.
What's up, guys? How y'all doing? Look at this right off the bat, okay? Right off the bat, just boom. Let's put this over here, actually. Elf of Courage, before the show even starts, man. This guy's awesome. He says a $10 super chat. Says, all I want for Christmas is 3 more wins. Just 3 more wins and only 3 more wins. All I want for Christmas is 3 more wins and I'll be one happy Pats fan. I could sing it like Mariah Carey, but I'm not going to. All right. So this is Amelia, as you guys know. She's sitting right here and she wants to know if she's got your permission to hang out with us. And the reason she's asking is because my male cat, Ramses, keeps chasing her, and he's got some kind of weird, sick obsession with her. So she's going to hide over here for now. She's going to help us out, work with us. I'm going to have her, I might even have her roll some of the dice for you guys, okay? But she's going to stay with us for the time being, okay? All right. Man, I can't believe it. Week 14. Can you believe how fast this season is going? It's crazy. But wow, big game, big games. Well, big games. What the Patriots versus Cardinals? I think that should be a win, a victory that should be able to happen, just as long as no stupid stuff's done. It's big in the sense that we're going to have to win nearly every game, I feel, in order to get position in the playoffs. There's just a lot of good teams, and the AFC East. Okay, I don't know if it's mathematically possible yet. I'm going to have to look at it, but it's possible that the AFC East or the NFC East could field all four teams from their division. Okay? Now you go over there. Okay. All right. Stay right there. Okay. But yeah, I need to do the math on that, but it's going to be close no matter what. And so every game's important no matter who they're playing. And if they play down to the competition like the Bucks do, then they're in trouble. Okay? So the Cardinals are pretty much they're done, so they've got nothing to lose. They're probably just going to go all out, and Cliff Kingsbury's going to try to save his job by going on a run here at the end, and who can blame them? But yeah, so don't expect them to just totally suck or anything, or play like crap. So thank you so much, Elf of Courage. That was really nice. Super chat right off the bat to start the show so good. Awesome. So I know I say this every week, but this is annoying how they don't highlight the members chats. Let's see here. Praying Tampa beats the Niners. That will help put my Hawks so much. See, it doesn't even come up. It doesn't even come up on my comments section for the software. So weird. So I'm going to have to screenshot these instead. But guys, a lot of you are members, and just as members, remember that you get a free super chat with your membership. So you get one per show, I believe. And Biden blah, 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 and Nightwalker just used theirs. So make sure you use that. You're already paying for it. You're already paying money. So, get your use out of that, guys. So, and make sure that I see your comments. Because I'm not able to see everything all the time. Sometimes it goes too fast for me, especially when I'm on a roll. But Milena, if she sees that highlighted, she'll immediately alert me if I don't mention it. So, members chat, we got Biden, blah, 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 blah. Praying Tampa beats the 49ers. That will help put my Seahawks, that will help my Seahawks so much, or as Milena likes to call them, the Seagulls, the Seattle Seagulls. We just need to beat them the week after, and we lead the division. Wow, and that's interesting. Regarding the okay, don't know what that was. Regarding the 49ers, and who would have thought the Seattle Seahawks would be doing what they're doing? I had them written off. I thought they were tanking, okay? And here's why I thought they were tanking. When you send away a generational talent like Russell Wilson, you send away an elite quarterback, it pretty much makes me believe that you're tanking, okay? That's generally the idea behind something like that, is that you're trying to get a number one pick and you're going to draft, so yeah, so you I'm sorry, just a second, guys. Okay, apologies, guys. So usually when like I said, when you get rid of a guy like Russell Wilson, it means you're tanking, okay? And not only did they get rid of Russell Wilson, but they brought in Geno Smith, and that pretty much, career-wise, doesn't that say tanking? I mean, don't you guys think that pretty much, is the plan? You get rid of Russell Wilson and you bring in Geno Smith. Geno has been a wandering quarterback for a decade, so I just didn't expect all this. But props to Seattle, man. They had I guess they weren't planning tanking, or they didn't want anything to do with it. So, and I respect that. I hate it when teams tank. I think they should get in a lot of trouble for that. That's a form of cheating, okay? Just like with the Saints getting in trouble recently. They just got fined for faking an injury. So you can't do stuff like that. And I think tanking and salary cap violations and stuff like that is honestly the most egregious way of cheating. So Nightwalker sends a members chat. He says, hit that like button and become a member. Let's go. Hell yeah, Nightwalker. Let's go, buddy. And dude, we're pulling for you. Nightwalker, this guy has been through more than anybody that I know right now. I thought it was bad for me when I fractured my hip, and I thought that was a pain in the ass. But Nightwalker, this dude is the Terminator, okay? Seriously. And you know what? By the time they're done, he probably will be the Terminator. He'll probably be half cyborg. So, make sure to keep Nightwalker in your minds, guys, okay? All right, what do we have next here? Well, look at that. Look at that. Look who's back. The red coat. The red coat. What are you doing, red coat? How you doing, man? Nice to see you back again. It's been a while, right? So he re-ups his membership to console. Hell yeah. Let's go, man. Let's go. Thank you so much. Of course, there's a weird month where it was Sigma Gaming instead. So he's just switching it back. But thank you, Jason, for being here tonight. I really appreciate it. We miss you, man. We know that it's tough in England with your job, and you work early in the mornings, so that makes it nearly impossible to be on our show, especially Tuesday nights. But thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. It's nice to see you. Awesome. Very happy. So. And of course, you're here for your quarterback tonight. See, you get to pick several. You've got a lot of entries, dude. So, Eddie Vasorno sends a $2 super chat. Baker, comeback maker. Okay, I got to hand it to him. This was badass the other night, and I sent a tweet about it. And yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing what Baker did. 2 days in the system. 2 days. You get released from Carolina. Asked to be released from Carolina, and then you go to the Rams, and then boom, 2 days. You don't play very good game the whole game. Okay, now let's follow this. Okay. So the whole game, he's being told into his ear what to do by Sean McVay, which is fair enough. I'm not criticizing that because he just got there. He doesn't know the playbook. I'm just trying to make a point here that what happened in the end, when they needed to come back, when they needed to get in a hurry up, it was just Baker calling basic line calls, okay? Very, very basic no-huddle calls. And that's what he did. He just went with the fast. When you let the quarterback do his thing, a lot of these quarterbacks, not all of them, but a lot of these quarterbacks can really get the job done, and they can show you what they've got. And so I'm so glad that this happened the way it did, so I can point this out. It's perfect for me because the last few weeks I've been talking about advocating for giving quarterbacks more control on the field and more control during the games. And I think good things can happen when you let the quarterback do their job and do what they feel is right. Remember, I don't care if you're sitting in the press box, if you're an offensive coordinator sitting up in the press box, or you're on the sidelines. Nobody, there is not a person on earth who has a better viewpoint of what's going on than the quarterback does. No one, okay? Because he's there. It's right there from his perspective. He's the one that's got to deliver the ball, so you can't beat his perspective. And he feels it. He knows how fast those guys are coming. He knows how fast from each side, or who's playing well, who's not playing well, who on defense is getting there, who on the offensive line is missing their blocks just slightly. He's going to know all these details. So nobody knows better than the quarterback does. And you've got to let them play their game. And that's what Baker did. He came through. I also want to point out that the freaking the Raiders. Okay, there's something with this organization, okay? No matter who is the coach, no matter who's the general manager, no matter who's the quarterback, the Raiders just seem to be the most undisciplined team in football. That entire fourth quarter, what the hell were you doing? Okay? So I thought this was going nowhere, especially with the Rams getting that holding call to start the fourth quarter. I'm just like, yeah, they're imploding. They've had several penalties up until that point. So I just like, yeah, the Rams are just mailing it in, and the Raiders are hoping that they can go on a winning streak here. And so I stopped paying attention. And all of a sudden, the Raiders started doing stupid stuff. So I know, let's go off sides. Let's commit pass interference by trying to yank the guy's arm off. I mean, what were you doing there? Were you going to yank it off and beat him with it? I mean, what was that? And then you try to slow down the drive because you know that the Rams don't have any timeouts. So what do? You knock the ball out of Baker's hands. What are you doing? What are you doing? I mean, every single one of those penalties on the Raiders was self-inflicted. All that was them doing that to themselves. There was no bad flags there. None of those flags were mistakes or whatever you want to call it, home cooking or whatever. It wasn't that. Okay. And I saw a lot of Raiders fans on Twitter complain about the refs and saying how the NFL has it out for them. And, maybe the NFL does have it out for the Raiders. I've wondered that sometimes. But this time, that's not what happened. This time, no, sorry. No, the Raiders beat themselves by, committing stupid penalties, and you helped the Rams, and you made it easier for them. And then Baker made some crazy throws and there were some really good catches out there too. So that was awesome. I know Addy was happy. So there's a victory for Addy right there. So congrats, buddy. You got to follow your guy. You got to follow your guy even to another team, right? Red coat. Check your signal, buddy. All right. Okay. Guys, give me just a second here. I need to grab something. And I'll be right back. We're going to talk a little bit more I want to talk to you about, and then we'll do the quarterbacks. You're going to know who your quarterback is for tonight. But give me just 60 seconds or something. Okay. Thank you, guys. Appreciate that. You waiting for me? Okay. All right. Okay. So, yeah, that game Thursday night ended pretty interestingly, and there's some interesting parallels to the Monday night game. You know, Tom was down by 13, Baker was down by 13, then they won 17-16. Both teams won 17-16, and it was a little different. Tom had to pull that off with about 5 minutes left, something like that. Baker had a little longer than that, but still, it was still awesome. And you have to consider that I'm not comparing the two. I'm just saying how it's neat how they both happen in the same week like that. But yeah, Baker, was doing that with no knowledge of the playbook and things like that. So that was really impressive. I was really happy for him too. I know that he's not been very happy with how things have worked out and stuff like that. So yeah, and it's kind of like an FU to the Panthers, So the funny thing is that a lot of the conspiracy people were out and on Twitter and talking about how, oh, you see, look, what was the odds of that? It's like, oh my God, these people. Okay, so I did a debate, a few weeks back with one of those guys, and that seemed to open Pandora's box for every flat Earth conspiracy theorist there is. And they believe that everything is rigged, everything is blah blah blah. It's insane. The thing is that you can't take them very seriously because of how insane they talk. They don't actually just talk like a normal person, like a just stating facts. Okay, this, and this, and they don't listen to you. They just attack every single one. Every single one of them has called me names, has said "fuck you" to me, has said I'm this, I'm that, condescending, rude. Just there has not been not one that has been polite or just saying, I think it could be this way, like basically just talking out their points. It's always been attack, over emotion, things like that. It's really weird. These people are on off the deep end, and it's pretty obvious, and I will say this. It's naive to think that things in this world are on the up and up, that everything is, okay? But it's equally ridiculous to think that everything is fake, everything is rigged and stuff like that. So you've got to use your logic and your judgment and your common sense if you have any. So that's the thing. The people who believe that everything is rigged all the time, everything is a conspiracy, like the whole world is built around them, and it's everything is out to get them and rig it against them. Okay? Those people are as bad as the ones who believe everything that they hear, and they believe everything the government says. They believe everything any superior or anybody says, and they just take that, as gospel. So extremes of anything is bad. Extremes of anything, but it's the people who think it's rigged that are the worst. They're the most vile. Okay, they're by far the most vile, rude, and just nasty people, honestly. They're nasty as in how they talk and how they approach things. They cannot make a rational argument. Not one has yet to make a rational argument. It's shocking that nobody can. But I think it makes sense, though. If you're that dedicated to going on NFL channels and talking shit about the NFL, if you're that dedicated for something that you say you don't believe in, you say that you think is rigged, you wouldn't waste your time. Okay, I don't go around to WWE channels as they like to reference that the NFL is like the WWE, right? Okay, so I don't go around WWE channels getting pissed and telling everybody, oh, this is this. I don't waste my time. I also don't waste my time walking up to children and telling them that the Easter Bunny is not real. Okay, so if they think that it's all fake and they think that we're a bunch of idiots who fall for this stuff, what is the point in even talking to us? What's the point in even watching football or watching football channels? And that's what I don't get. It would make more sense that they're just suspicious that it is. But they don't say that. They don't say I'm suspicious or this may be or it's possible or whatever, right? They know. They know, okay? Well, let me tell you something, guys out there, and if any of y'all are listening or you end up hearing this, I'm going to tell you something. When you have no evidence or proof of anything, and it's just you believe something so sincerely, but you can't prove it, you can't come up with any rational explanation or scientific explanation or anything on that level to show that this thing exists, but yet you believe it as if you see a cloud in the sky. That's a religion, guys, okay? That's faith, okay? The difference between faith, the difference, say, being a Christian or a Muslim, the difference between that and science is science requires proof and evidence, okay? Religion is something that you can't prove. That's why we call it faith. Okay? Big difference. What I'm seeing from these people with the NFL's rig thing is coming across as more of a religion. So when I ask, do you have evidence or proof? Saying, oh, well, you can see how Mark Ingram ran out of bounds. Yeah. Okay. That's not going to work. That's the equivalent of telling everyone that there are aliens because you saw light in the sky that you can't explain. That's a big, big jump, guys. Okay. It's insane. But I do want to mention the Mark Ingram thing because that got a lot of attention the other night. Some idiot on Twitter has a big account, was talking about it. First of all, Mark Ingram ran out of bounds before the first down marker, okay? I remember watching that going, why did Mark do that? That was stupid. On the replay, I noticed something. His helmet may have been directed towards the sidelines, so it looks like he's looking at the marker. He's not looking at the marker. He's looking left. And I believe it's Devin White that was bearing down on him. His helmet was running this way. His eyes were looking that way, okay? He was looking at Devin White. He was using his peripheral vision to see where he was. And because he was so close to it, he assumed that he had the first down. And all he was thinking about was his injury. He was injured, okay? All he was thinking about was the injury, so he just assumed that he had the first down and he ran out of bounds to get away from Devin. This is the equivalent of when a guy is about to catch a football, he drops it because he's actually looking to the guy that's coming to light him up, or he's looking to where he's going to go with the football and then forgets to catch the ball and drop it. Okay? That's not him dropping it on purpose. That's not it being rigged. Okay? That's not him throwing the game. That is a human mistake, human error. Okay? These guys are not robots. These guys are tired. They're hurting. They're in pain. They're all injured. Every single guy on that team, every single guy is injured, has some kind of injury. All right? I don't care what it is. Somebody's got something wrong with them. Ingram was messed up. As soon as he went out of bounds, he leaned over in pain. That's the last. Next thing we know, he's out for the season. Okay. But this is logical and factual things that they can't accept. It's just really interesting. Now, I welcome anybody to comment and debate on my videos, whatever. That's great. That's what we like here. What I won't tolerate is you being a complete piece of shit and you getting weird and creepy and becoming a stalker and stuff like that. So I'm not going to tolerate that. Okay. I don't have to tolerate that. You're not going to use my own transparency against me and my willingness to be open and let people have a platform and let them have a voice. Okay. That's what I believe in, but it doesn't mean that you get to run roughshod all over my channel and being a complete psychopath. So you don't get to do that either. So this is the first time I've had a chance to talk about this since this has been going on and more in depth. But yeah, it's weird. So I'm happy to talk about these things and talking with people who maybe have doubts about stuff. Happy to go over with anybody about anything. But that's where I draw the line when you start becoming a stalker and you start being really creepy and stuff like that. So, all right. Let's see here. Ever Courage writes, will return after these messages, insert product. I used to have a product commercial. They didn't like me criticizing their product, though. Just being honest. I know you're not supposed to do that when you're sponsored, but hey. Jalen writes a really cool stat here. He says, Tom Brady in his career, when playing against the number one scoring and total defense in week 5 or later, including playoffs. Nice. Let's go. Let's see. I'm just trying to catch up with you guys real quick, just so I can see since when you've been absent. Do you know? Oh, okay. Yeah. The Goffinator, are you reading Esty? Not yet. But I was referring to all the ones that I've encountered so far. So. Vercingetorix, badass name, by the way. So, I love me some Roman history, so I like when I see you guys have these names that are related to that. He says, player makes an incredible catch to score a game-winning touchdown that only like 3 humans on Earth would have been able to do, and they all say, rigged. Yeah. So, I can blow that up all day long about, scripting and all that stuff and things. Things couldn't have gone more wrong for the NFL in terms of desired results and desired matchups. Couldn't have gone more wrong in the last 20 years than what's happened. So, yeah, it's weird, Jason Patrick Saunders, red coat. Let's see here. Sends a 10-pound super chat all the way from England. Says, roll on January, baby. That's what's going to happen. That's what we're going to do. And we're going to have a good time. So Redcoat is coming here to visit us at the end of January. So it's going to be fun. And, of course, he'll be on the show with me. So I'm really, really looking forward to that. And it will be Redcoat's second time we get to hang out. The first time was in Bulgaria. And we watched the 49ers Chiefs Super Bowl together. And I remember before that game, we watched some rugby, France versus England. He got me into rugby. Rugby is actually pretty cool to watch. So.
No golf.
Huh?
No golf.
No go.
Golf.
Oh, golf. No golf? No, I don't think he likes golf. Neither do I.
Some other friends of yours from England did. Cricket.
Oh, cricket. Cricket's terrible. Oh my God. I don't get it. But you know what? To each his own, I guess. So.
Go.
Yeah, Gord King. Yeah, that's what happened actually. I got sponsored by the company that I use the software for streaming right now. But I complained too much about things that don't work. And I didn't get the memo that as an endorsement person, you know, a sponsor doing a sponsorship or a spokesperson, wherever you want to call them, you're not supposed to criticize the product you're selling. You're supposed to, yeah, right? I mean, you're supposed to lie, even if it has problems. And I don't know. I just didn't work out. Yeah, I didn't get the memo. I didn't get that memo. Have you ever seen Office Space? I didn't get the memo. So there that goes. I'm not going to be I don't think I'm going to be the next spokesperson for any product that actually is in development or still working. So that didn't go. That didn't go well. Oh well. The Goffinator asked me, by the way, guys, if you want to ask me a direct question, make sure you put at VonAllen. I can't promise that I can answer all of them. That's what the super chats are for. But a lot of you guys have members. Make sure you use your free membership super chat also. But you asked me, how do I think the storyline of Brady versus Mr. Irrelevant? By the way, guys, Mr. Irrelevant, that is a name given to the last guy chosen in the draft. But he says, how do you think the storyline of Brady versus Mr. Irrelevant, which is Brock Purdy, San Francisco 49ers quarterback, how do you think it's going to work this weekend? Niners are Brady's boyhood team. Is this a passing of the torch? No, I don't think so. We've not seen anything of Brock Purdy except for last week when he took over. And there's just no way of knowing that. If Brock went on to become a really great quarterback, we have about as much knowledge of Brock as we have when Tom Brady took over for Drew Bledsoe. So it's just like, okay, when Tom Brady got his first start against the Colts, against Peyton Manning, didn't know much about Tom. Just was waiting for Drew to get his job back is what I was doing. This is similar. Brock is getting his first start against Tom Brady. So I could see how that would be pretty cool. I would love to see Brock go on and be like a good quarterback because I love the underdog guys. I like the guys who don't get picked in the first round, who aren't arrogant. They're hardworking and they care. You know, that's where you get the Julian Edelman and the Tom Brady type guys. And I like guys like that are just hardworking and don't take no for an answer. And they don't come with all that hype. But No, the thing is, and there's also, if you want to keep talking about storylines, there's another parallel. The 49ers with Brock Purdy, he's not asking to be the guy. The 49ers are built to kind of get the job done on defense in the running game. It's very similar to Tom's first games with the Patriots. So they just wanted Tom to just not make any mistakes and do good enough to where when Drew Bledsoe, if Bledsoe comes back, then maybe they can make a decision on Drew or not. It depends on what their thinking process was at that time, and that's a different conversation. But there is something there, like it's very interesting. But this has happened a lot. Okay, so Tom has been around a long time. They were trying to pass the torch from Tom Brady since 2014. All right, so ever since the Kansas City Chiefs game, when he threw a bunch of picks, they got blown out on Monday Night Football. And they were already, the media after the game was asking Bill, more or less, is Tom done? Are you going to make a change at quarterback? Are you going to start Jimmy Garoppolo and all that? They were doing that in 2014, guys. All right. Now, by that time, that was Tom's, he'd been in the league for 14 years. 14 years is a long time. That's a long career for a lot of players. So that's what people are thinking then, right? Yeah, that was 8 years ago. And since that time, Tom has won 4 Super Bowls, played in 5, and won an MVP since that happened. So people like to look at the occurrences that happen right in front of their face and in the moment and say, look. Okay, look at this. Well, I mean, what about all the times this hasn't happened? Or, where you had a matchup like this, but the turnout, the outcome was not anything at all, and nobody cares, and just got lost to history. So we could have said this about Colin Kaepernick, for example, when he was on the 49ers and Tom Brady played them, and that was a great game. Milena, you remember that? We watched that at Jay Gordon's house. The 49ers game. It was in the rain. And that could have been called the passing of the torch, because Colin was playing for the 49ers, and it looked like Colin was the future and looked like he was going to have a long career in the NFL. So, this could happen a lot. Andrew Luck, people were saying that when Tom Brady played the Colts in the championship game in 2014. So is this the passing of the torch to Andrew Luck? Andrew Luck was Peyton Manning's successor. Colts had always been a huge rival of Tom's. Again, that didn't work out either. So we could just do this. We could do it with lesser guys, more like Brock Purdy, and we could do it with major guys as well, like Andrew Luck. There's always a storyline. You can take any matchup. You can pick the worst matchup this week, and I can find something in it that will be interesting. I could find, even if it's like the worst 2 teams in the league, I could find something. It could be anything. I could say, oh, you know what? The running back on that team is playing against the linebacker on the other team, and they were college roommates. Storyline, boom, it's rigged. Okay. The schedule makers put that together. The football gods meaning Roger Goodell put that together. Okay. And that was all meant to be. I can find you a storyline in anything. All right. The 2012, when the Ravens and 49ers ended up playing each other, that was both Harbaugh coaches, John and Jim. Well, that was a storyline. It's 2 brothers. What is the likelihood of 2 head coach brothers playing against each other in Super Bowl? Well, there were a lot of storylines that year, and that was one of the least interesting ones. Not one person in America gave a flying shit that Harbaugh brothers were playing each other. Nobody cared. It was completely irrelevant to the situation. Completely irrelevant. All right? But you find things to make them interesting. Okay? The NFL has an entire marketing department for these things that they dedicate to. Their job, NFL Films, all of them, their job is to find a story, find something in there that they can squeeze out and put there and make it entertaining. This is one of the reasons why the NFL is king. It's one of the reasons why it's survived so long and why other leagues fall back. The NFL is brilliant at coming up with things that make the NFL product more engaging and more fun. They're brilliant at this. Fantasy football. Roger Goodell come in as commissioner, took over for Paul Tagliabue. Roger Goodell really wanted fantasy football to work. He pushed it through and made it, way bigger, invested a lot into it. He knew that was the secret to getting people's attention. And then that created the channel, the Red Zone, and all this other stuff. And now it's just, football is just everywhere. It's good business. It's good business. That's what that is. And again, I can find a story in anything. So, but good question. That was an interesting question. I like that. Holy shit. James Johnson, Consul James Johnson sends. We have both of our consuls here tonight, by the way, guys. 2 consuls in the, that's the highest level of membership that you can get, the highest ranking. There's nobody higher ranked than James Johnson and Jason Patrick Saunders, except for me, of course. But James Johnson sends $100 super chat. He says, VonAllen Sports, let's go. Hell yeah, man. Thank you so much, James. And James, I just want to give you a shout out, buddy. James is a really good dude. I've known him for quite a while now. It's been a while since he's joined the channel, and great guy. Big Patriots fan, big Tom Brady fan, of course. He lives up in New England. So I just want to say, James, we are thinking about you, dude. We know you're you're down right now, and I'm with you. We're all praying for you and with you and your family. Okay, so thank you, James, so much. That's awesome. I really, really, really appreciate that. You're an awesome dude. We haven't had a super chat like that in a while. Wow. Crazy. Thank you, James, so much. Yeah, well, when you name your kid Brock, he's going to grow up to do something athletic, right? I mean, it's got to. Wait, what happened to my super chat box? See, guys, this is what I'm talking about. This is why I complain about the software. So I'm going to have to reopen it here. There we go. Got it back. Okay. Of course, Jalen writes, I cared that 2 brothers were coaching against each other in the Super Bowl. If I said I don't like eating shit, Jalen would say, I love eating shit. What are you talking about? Sorry, Jalen. No one gave a flying fuck that the Harbaugh brothers were coaching against each other. Okay? It didn't matter. All that mattered was 2 good teams playing each other. We wanted a good game. The Ravens had been knocking on the door for a long time, and the 49ers were also knocking on the door for a long time. The 49ers should have been in the Super Bowl in 2011, except for an idiot who muffed the punt, and the Giants recovered and the Giants go on to play the Patriots. And the Baltimore Ravens were close because their kicker missed a easy field goal to put it in overtime. We don't know what would happen, but you could have gotten the Ravens 49ers in 2011. So it was coming. It was on the way, And had Jim Harbaugh not left the 49ers, they would have stayed competitive and it would have kept going, but he left and went to Michigan. So and the Ravens have always been around. The Ravens have always been there. Just right after they won the Super Bowl in 2012, they had a down year. Ray Lewis, of course, retires. You lose that leadership, and then you have to pay Joe Flacco. And they had to pay Joe Flacco like he was Mahomes or Rodgers or Brady, and he wasn't. And he wasn't worth that. But they had to pay him like that. You have to fit that in. You have to make arrangements. You have to get rid of guys. Anquan Bolden had to be let go, who was one of the clutchest players in NFL history, in my opinion. And you had to let several other guys go from the Ravens. So they had a down year. But the very next year, in 2014, they come right back. They nearly beat the Patriots. You guys all remember that divisional game. They went up 14. And then Patriots caught back up. And then they went up 28-14. Patriots caught back up. There's no doubt in my mind, Ravens win that game. If they win that game, they go on to the Super Bowl to play the Seattle Seahawks. And that would have been the Super Bowl 49. So the Ravens would have been right back there again 2 years later. So this wasn't some kind of, accident or whatever. People say, want to bring up the Ray Lewis thing. Oh, Ray Lewis won on his way out. Well, nobody, again, it's not a big... Ray's already got a Super Bowl, but Ray came back one more year. Okay, Ray wanted to leave. He wanted to leave after 2011. That he thought that was the year they were going to win the Super Bowl. He felt good about the team. The team was doing well, and the way it ended with that missed kick, he just said, "You know what? I'm going to come back for one more run." He barely survived the season, got hurt, then came back late, and that was his last. If they don't win the Super Bowl, which the 49ers damn near won that game, they damn nearly came back, then Ray goes out without a Super Bowl. And I can tell you a lot of great players that tried to get one more ring on their way out and they didn't get it, but yet people don't talk about that. Okay, we can talk about the Patriots themselves. Steven Jackson, he wanted a Super Bowl in 2011, couldn't get it. Okay, so he's a very, very long time running back for the Rams. Moved over to the Patriots, trying to get a ring, couldn't get it done. James Harrison from the Steelers, he tried to get one more ring with us in 2017. Couldn't go out a winner. That's tough. It sucks, but it doesn't work for everybody. Some people it does. Dan Marino, it's a travesty that Dan Marino doesn't have a ring. If Dan Marino just had one Super Bowl ring, just one. Okay, the top 5 quarterbacks of all time would be completely different. Okay, I'm not saying he wouldn't be number 1, but it would change up everything. And just with one ring, imagine if you won 2, like Elway on Elway's way out. It's just how it is. Some guys don't get it. Some guys do. Warren Moon could have had a ring, couldn't get it done. We could have had a Houston Oilers versus Dallas Cowboys Super Bowl in the early 90s. Didn't get it. That would have been cool. All Texas Super Bowl. Couldn't get it done. No. What did they do? They sent the Buffalo Bills to the Super Bowl 4 straight times. A small market Buffalo Bills team 4 straight times. Okay, so we could watch them lose 4 straight times. Trust me. About the 3rd time, we were all having Bills fatigue. Okay, we were just like, no, enough of the Buffalo Bills, please. But they just kept coming back. Why? The Bills had an amazing team. Their team was freaking awesome. Go back and look at those rosters, and you tell me why they were in the Super Bowl. You'll see why. Okay. Could have had Joe Montana versus the Dallas Cowboys. All right. Imagine if Joe Montana's Chiefs would have been against the Dallas Cowboys dynasty at that time. Imagine what a Super Bowl that would have been. But no, they lost in the AFC Championship game to the Buffalo Bills. Okay, we can do this all day. I can keep going. Okay. I'm just saying that you try to find stories that are good within what you have, what you're working with, and you try to make them the best you can. But they just don't always go the way you want them to. And people only pay attention to the ones that worked. So. What's going on here? What's going on here, Milena? 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 Where are you at, Milena? Where are you at, Milena? She doesn't like it when I do that. It creeps her out. I go around the house doing that to her. You guys, have you ever seen that Twilight Zone episode in the department store where the girl's a mannequin and she doesn't know it? And she goes up to the top floor and she's looking for a thimble. And they keep whispering in her ear. She hears voices in her ear. Marsha, 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 Marsha. Why are you scared, Marsha? Don't be afraid, Marsha. You know, it's really creepy, really creepy. So I walk around the apartment and you know, in the dark and stuff, and I say, Milena, Milena, Milena. Why are you scared, Milena? It just creeps her out. She hates it.
That's true. It's horrible.
Wow. Jason Patrick Saunders, the red coat, coming in with $100 super chat. For that, guys, confused about the number, that is the pound conversion ratio. $100 super chat. Thought I'd join my fellow consul. Can't do dollars, and of course, because based on the country is how the money is done. But you and your families honor James. Hell yes. Thank you so much, Redcoat. Both of you guys, the two consuls coming in with 2 Benjamin Franklins. Thank you so much, guys. You are amazing. You guys are just too awesome. Christian, yes, thank you. Mentioned Ed Reed. Yeah. So Ed Reed retired or well, he moved on. He went on to play for the Texans for a brief time. So, but yeah, Ed Reed was gone too. Thank you for yeah. It happens. You know, Super Bowl teams, they get picked clean. A lot of them get picked apart because people want that. They want those winners on their team. So it's hard to keep going after you win a Super Bowl, actually. This is crazy. You guys are awesome. This is feeling old school right now with these crazy super chats. This is old school shit. Yeah, Jalen. That year, that was Ed Reed got to win. That was huge for him. Makes a big difference. And I think Ed Reed would have been in the Hall of Fame anyway, but he got the Super Bowl. So. Van the Man says, no starting rookie has beat Brady. Could this be the game? Even if he does, the thing I want to point out is that this won't be about him. Now, I may be proven wrong. He may throw for a lot of yards, have a great game, and I'm going to be the first one on here on Tuesday night to say, well done, kid. Okay? But I just don't think that's what this is about. I think if the 49ers get the victory, they get the victory without needing a lot of quarterback play. The same way if Jimmy was playing, basically. But they'll make it about that, and that's fine. Okay, whatever. I'm not going to freak out over that. It's just good for him. Quarterback gets the victory credit, and that's as it should be. So. But Van, I don't know if you're new here, but yeah, if you want to ask me a question, just put @VonAllen, and it'll light up bright orange, and that way I'll be able to see it real quickly. So, thank you for your question. I hope you subscribe, buddy. Yeah, love seeing new people here. I think you'll like it here. We're a good group of people here. So. Another big super chat, $20 from Dave Wilhauer. He says, "Thank you, VonAllen Sports. Appreciate you and Milena." I read it like the first lady. Hope you have a great Christmas. Thank you, Dave. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you, Dave. It's awesome. You guys are amazing. Yeah, DC. 7 Super Bowls is just, it doesn't make sense. Okay. It just doesn't. You realize he's got almost one more. If he gets one more, he's doubled Montana and Bradshaw. And if he gets an eighth, he will have the same amount as Bradshaw and Montana combined. The two previous quarterbacks who had the most Super Bowls of all quarterbacks. That is nuts. It's weird. It's weird. It shouldn't be that way. This is like, what? You know? And that's not the guy that you would want if you're the NFL to win 7 Super Bowls. It's certainly not. He has never been the popular kid, the face of all that. That was Peyton. It should have been Peyton. Peyton was naturally the face of the NFL. Naturally. It's just that he's just got that thing, does those commercials and everyone likes him and he's funny. And it just seems like Peyton was the natural one to be that guy. Number 1 overall, considered the best prospect since Elway and all this crap. And it's just wasn't in the cards. So Bitcoin Motorist says, we know the NBA isn't rigged because the boring ass Spurs had a dynasty with low ratings. My God, the Spurs. Every time I saw the Spurs in the finals, I was just like, great. Mr. No Personality Tim Duncan. He puts me to sleep. That's probably why they win so much. Everyone just falls asleep on the court by dealing with the Spurs. So, yeah, the NBA, I think after the Tim Donaghy scandal and all that, they freaked the hell out and they went hardcore on this stuff. If you look at the NFL, what they did to Calvin Ridley recently of the Falcons, he's still not back in the league for a betting, and they knew that once betting become legalized in certain states, that any kind of wrongdoing for anyone in the NFL, whether it's a coach or player, any executive, they were going to have to clamp down hard and make sure that doesn't happen. And that's just bad. It's a bad look. So they came down hard on Calvin Ridley, and what he did wasn't even that big of a deal in comparison to what could be. So yeah, they don't want to mess with that. That would destroy the leagues. Absolutely. So you guys have a lot of super chat torque tonight. Okay. Some excellent torque. Nightwalker writes, puts a nuclear symbol. Nightwalker is famous for atomic bombs, nuclear missiles, things like that. And we always make a joke because we're like, well, we thought Germany couldn't have nuclear weapons. But apparently Nightwalker found some, and he had an arsenal, and he launched a lot of them. So you guys are amazing. Van just subbed. Thank you, Van the man. Awesome. Thank you so much for subscribing, man. You're going to like it here, okay? Tuesdays and Saturdays, we do this every week. Saturday nights like this is us previewing the games tomorrow. And right now we have a quarterback tournament going on. Unfortunately, you missed that. That happened a few weeks ago, but we're going to have one every year. We'll even have contests in the off season too. And then on Tuesday nights, we have a reaction show where I react to all the games from Sunday and Monday. So, and I try to get to everybody. I try to make sure. And if you comment on videos and stuff, I always try to get back to it. So, Bitcoin. The first quarterback in Brady's draft was Chad Pennington, actually. I can't remember where Mark went, but I think he was like 5th or 6th, something like that. But yeah, and Mark actually did pretty well for the Rams. He took over for Kurt Warner. He was not Kurt Warner, of course, but he did pretty well for a while, if you guys remember him. So not bad for a guy that no expectations really. So. Alpha Courage celebrating 1 month of membership. Says level 1. Let's go. Alpha Courage. Alpha Courage may be level 1, but he's super chuts like he's level 15. Okay, so let's not get it twisted here. James, if the WNBA wants people to watch, they need to maybe they need to start rigging it. But I don't know who you rig it for because nobody cares either way. I mean, the first time a WNBA trade was ever world news is when the government just traded Brittany Griner. Okay, so that's the first time women's sports trade was actually made the news. Nobody cares, So, you guys. Nightwalker sends €100 super chat. Says, to my commanding officer, James Johnson, good luck and all the best. Absolutely, James. I'll say it again. We're all thinking of you and your family. So, best of luck to you guys. Nightwalker, thank you so much. You guys are amazing tonight. It's just amazing. I love this. See, we got the old group back together. The only one is Mr. A here. Is Mr. A? Where is he? Okay. I'm not saying Mr. A, you don't have to send a super chat. That's not what I meant. I just meant that it's nice to have a lot of the group here. So I didn't see Tyree though. Bitcoin's here. Yep, we got him. Yeah, Bitcoin. Thanks for the correction. I corrected your ass. Okay, I called you out in front of everybody, and you know why I did that? Because during the debate, you came after me, man. You came after me. You were supposed to rig it. You were supposed to rig it for me. You were supposed to ask him all the tough questions and give me softball questions. Okay, you were supposed to be like the presidential debate. You're supposed to be on my side, and that didn't work. So that's why I just called you out. I called you out because I wanted to make you look like a fool for doing that to me. You screwed me over, man. You screwed me over. It's the last time I hire you for anything. Shit.
He was so professional.
I know. Could we have picked a better person? I mean, that was... He says sorry. That's a good point, Gord King. He says, why do they call them softball questions? I don't know anyone who knows anything about softball. That's true. And also, maybe they're deflated ball questions. But don't you think, guys, that's an insult to softball? Because girls play softball. And I've seen some of those softball games from those girls, and they can throw pretty good. And those pitches, the underhand pitches, really weird. So I think it's an insult to women's softball, actually. So they got to change that, right? We got to keep up with the times. We got to keep up with the verbiage and all that. Elf of Courage sends a $2 super chat and says, VonAllen Sports. You got to remember, like my dad said, the tennis balls, of course, I made it worse. And I said, you got to love the smell of balls. And that happened. So it was a Chris Collinsworth moment. Okay. Let me tell you something. Nothing is as bad as Chris Collinsworth during that Eagles-Cowboys game this year. Okay. When he said, you want Landon, I think his name, Landon Dickerson, somebody named Dickerson. You want Dickerson coming down your throat. He actually said that. Seriously. It was rough. Gord King says, the moment a biological man is drafted into the WNBA is the moment I get into sports gambling because I'm putting it all on that team. Yeah. Yeah, that's funny. Let's see here. I wish I could post more than one. I got an idea. You guys are crazy. You guys are crazy. Crazy. Elf of Courage is a $5 super chat. He says, do you think the Pats can beat the Raiders given Bill Belichick's track record against former coaches? You know, I was doing the playoff predictor and trying to figure out, like, how do I think teams might end the season. It was just a educated guess. It's not guaranteed, but this is what I came up with, and I think I put the Raiders down as a loss, and it's because every time Bill plays his former coaches, like you're saying, it's always bad. Okay, he lost to the Detroit Lions, Matt Patricia's Lions. This is with Tom Brady. Lost to Josh McDaniels, Denver Broncos. There are some other instances. Oh, lost to Mike Vrabel, although that was a player, but still kind of the similar philosophy. Lost to him. It seems to occur quite a bit. So I think I did put in the Raiders for the win on that one. But I was also assuming that the Raiders were going to beat the Rams and the Raiders would be on a winning streak right now. So I thought they would be going in hot, and their loss might change things. It may be for the best or not. We'll see. So I have Tampa probably playing the Dallas Cowboys, so that's going to be stressful, especially for Israel because he's a big Cowboys fan. But yeah, that's going to be interesting. Dun. Who knows this music? First one who gets it wins. Dun 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 dun. Star Wars, close. Pretty close. Very close, actually.
I don't get it. Yes.
You guys are crazy. All right. I can't find. Where's Dave's?
Yep, next gen.
Huh?
Jason got it.
Redcoat got it?
Next generation, yeah.
Next generation, that's right. I don't know why it popped into my head a while ago. It's just. You guys are awesome. Oh, shit. We have a new member. DC52. Look at that. He's got the #1 icon. He's ready to go. Thank you so much, DC52. Now, I want to let you know right off the bat, with that membership, you can watch every live show that we've ever done. It's all live shows and all reaction shows, post games, everything. Just go to the playlist on the channel, and that will take you. You can select which one playlist you want, and those are all available for you now as a member. So, thank you so much for joining, man. I really appreciate it. You're awesome. So, also that entitles you for once a month we have a members meeting, members senate, where we talk a little bit about if anybody has any suggestions for the channel, or we talk about how the channel's doing, and then but we spend most of the time just talking football, and we get really candid because it's a private conversation. So we can say more things and, that would be appropriate now. But yeah, I think you'll enjoy that a lot. So you get to do that. And there's a lot of other stuff too. Now, had you been a member from a few weeks ago, you'd be in the quarterback tournament, which we're about to roll the dice for, by the way. So. Justin, I haven't seen Justin in a while. Actually, I'm going to do it this way. Wait, hang on. Justin Chetlet, I have not seen you in a while, man. Thank you so much. Do you know that you were one of our you've been around a long time. I think you've been subscribed for I think you're one of the oldest subscribers. Justin supported us back in the Patreon days. Do you guys remember that? Remember when we first started, we had Patreon. Justin Chetlet was a supporter over there. Justin, thank you so much. It's nice to hear from you. I never know who's watching these shows anymore because, if you don't comment, then I don't know that you're watching. And so I love to hear from you. It's awesome. Justin sends a $20 super chat. He says, my 11-year-old son, Soren, cool name, by the way, got really excited when he heard you sing in the Next Generation thing. Keep it up. Love you guys. Thank you so much, Justin. I appreciate it. Yeah, and Soren, speaking of Star Trek, Soren was the name of the bad guy in Star Trek, the movie Star Trek Generations. So it's played by Malcolm McDowell, who you guys know Malcolm McDowell. He was in Clockwork Orange, but he's more famous, in my opinion, for his immortal role, okay? His greatest role of all time, he should have got an Oscar, was his role in Caligula, okay? So his role as Caligula, that was record-breaking, groundbreaking. I mean, Penthouse couldn't have been more pleased with that performance. But yeah, no, Soren's a badass name. I think that's isn't it Swedish? Or it's Scandinavian, right? Yeah, several hockey players with that name. That's why I'm guessing. So that's a badass name. Look who found the members emoji. Oh, I forgot to mention that too. As a member, you get to write all of the emojis. And all you got to do is put the colon, and then it will come up with the list. And DC found them. He put all of them in. So, Tyler, thank you for saying that, buddy. The Gourd King sends a $2 super chat. He says, compared to these, mine is an alter ego chat. There you go. There's no small super chat. Every single thing supports this channel and keeps it going and keeps me alive. Okay? Keeps me alive. Okay? If you guys don't super chat, I'm going to end up hanging out with Hunter Biden in a crack den. Okay? And somewhere here in LA. All right? That's what's going to happen. It's inevitable, right? So, let me tell you something. He doesn't get that many good-looking hookers. So, holy shit. We have a new console. Justin Chetlet. He just became a console. So we got 3 now. 3 consoles. Look at that. Redcoat, James Johnson. You have a friend. Justin Chetlet just went up the ranks. Amazing, dude. Wow. Thank you so much. You know, that's going to give you the ability to knight others. Okay. It's going to give you power, and you're going to like this power. And once you have that power, you're not going to want to give it up. Okay. You're not going to give it up. I'm telling you, it's fantastic. So just ask the Red Coat and James Johnson. You know, they love it. Damn. You know, Justin, had this happen a few weeks back, you would have, that would have got you 5 entries into the quarterback contest. The empire is growing. The empire is growing. Hell yeah. Yes. You guys are fucking awesome. Amazing. Let's go. Let's go. You guys are awesome. There's a lot of torque tonight, okay? There's a lot of torque. Stupid. Okay. There's a lot of torque. A lot of torque, okay? So much torque. So much torque. I have the best subscription base on YouTube. There's nobody, okay? Nobody who has a group like this. And I'm really appreciative of you guys. I can't believe we've been doing this for 3 years. It's amazing. It's amazing. You guys, you have no idea how much this means to me, but it's amazing. You guys are awesome. So, all of you. Justin Chetless says, now that we have 3 consoles, can we start rigging games in the NFL? Yes. And I'll tell you what, it starts with tonight. We're gonna rig the quarterback contest. So what I'm gonna do is that when you see the dice rolling, what's really happening was a predetermined dice roll, and I did the split screen, and then I used my TK, okay, my TK powers to flip it to which roll I want. And if you guys don't know, familiar with TK powers, short for telekinesis, from the movie Looper. If you've ever seen the movie Looper, awesome movie, by the way. If you haven't seen it, please go watch that later tonight, but only after my show, not during the show. But go watch Looper, and some people have a mutation called TK, and they can, make metal and stuff move. And so I was using my TK to rig the dice. So we can start there, So it could mean Torque King. I actually like that better. So Nightly Sinister, member for 7 months. Kevin Stratton, level 2 Centurion. Let's go. He says, let's fill up the whole screen. We're getting there. We're getting there. Seriously. Christian Harper. Let's see here. Christian Harper, also long time VonAllen. You're not going to be able to see me much longer. All right. Christian Harper, $2 super chat, says, have some Parmesan cheese to smoke up with your boy. Have you guys heard about this Twitter thing with the all the reveals of them shadow banning people? And actually, it wasn't even shadow banning; it was just straight up banning. Keeping people from getting somewhere. Makes me wonder if all the other companies are doing that too. So, yeah, so just curious. It's weird, right? So, we kind of suspected that something like that was happening, but we couldn't prove it. So it's kind of weird. So it just makes me wonder, because about YouTube, because the way YouTube acts sometimes. When I first started, I would come out with a video, and then the algorithm would grab it, and then it would recommend to people everywhere, and I'd get new subscribers and new views and stuff, and that's how people found out about the show and about the channel. For the last year, I've been stuck at 11.9 thousand subscribers, and no matter what I do, I can't move it. I started just moving recently, but every time I get a subscriber, I lose one. All right. It just makes me wonder sometimes if I piss somebody off at YouTube. And my thinking was this, and it might sound crazy, but all it would take, okay? You guys have seen how rabid people are when they've got Brady derangement syndrome. You've seen how crazy they get, right? They cuss me out. They call me names. They don't even know me, okay? They just go really nuts. They go really psychotic. All it would take is one of those type of people who hate Tom Brady so much to see my Brady Hate Saga episodes, to see my documentaries, and work at YouTube, right? And click, and then just type something, whatever, don't even probably need to, and all of a sudden, I just don't get any traction, okay? I have compared my channel to other similar channels in growth and expected growth. If you look at it, based off the last 3 years, I should be at like 50,000, okay? But yet, every time I gain one, I lose one. It's so weird. It's so weird. It's bizarre. So just naturally, even if I did nothing, just naturally the videos should get caught up every once in a while. But and the only videos that get caught up are the ones that the NFL monetized. That's funny too, by the way. That's really weird. So every single video that's monetized by the NFL and not me is the one that gets into the algorithm. I don't know why. Maybe I think as far as that goes, it's probably because the NFL is a big channel, so they know that those videos are sought after. So if they're monetizing it, they know it's NFL content, and then the algorithm favors them for that, which is probably the reason. But still, my other stuff would get traction before, and it's just frustrating sometimes. So I've just wondered if somebody at YouTube was a Brady hater or a Patriots hater. That's all it would take, right? So. I mean, isn't YouTube in San Francisco? Isn't that where they're based, Milena? Yeah. Okay. If they're in San Francisco,
They have one here too.
and I have a Montana versus Brady documentary where I kind of really went hard at Montana, right? And that's all it would take. That's all it would take as a Montana fan living there in San Francisco and just click. So I don't know if that's what happened, but I'll tell you what, my channel defies all normal logic and does not follow the pattern that everyone else's does. It's so weird. Very weird. So I've wondered that sometimes. And we talked about this before, actually, over the years. So. Elf of Courage sends a $5 super chat. He says, question, does the super chat award go for the number of super chats or the collective amount of money from super chats? Normally it goes by the collected amount of money that is spent. So, although Elf, I think you're up there pretty high. Yeah, you send a lot. You send like a bunch, like every episode. That adds up fast. People don't realize that adds up quick. Yeah, you're up there. You're up there somewhere. So, and it's been a little different this season. So, yeah, that's the deal. Yeah, Nightwalker regarding, Nightly Sinister. Yeah, I talked about the Saints faking the injuries. Yeah, see that you can't be doing that, and you have to get in trouble for that. I know a lot of teams do it. They just, I think this one was just egregious or whatever, and they got caught doing it, and you can't do that stuff. It's stupid. So, but if you're the Saints, you take your punishment and you move on, and that's it. You got caught, you got to get, no big deal. All right, whatever. So it's interesting. They need Sean Payton back, honestly. So Network, a movie called Network. Okay, I will watch it. Thank you for letting me know. Milena, remember that he said a movie called Network.
Oh, I know Network.
From 1976.
I know Network. I've seen it.
Oh, okay.
It's really good.
Okay, we're going to watch that. We have a movie night coming up. We're going to watch it. Cold Blue Water says 7 hours of driving in the rain. It's dumping here in Santa Clara. Looks like rain tomorrow. Can't wait. Oh, interesting. So Cold Blue Water is going to be at the game, the Bucks 49ers game. That's it's going to be kind of messy. That plays into the 49ers' hands, guys. That's a 49ers game right there. That's how they play. That's the game they're built for, is nasty environment. So, and Tom Brady, he hates wet balls. He does. I know. I'm positive. Wet balls. He's okay with the deflated balls. He's okay with dry balls. He's not okay with wet balls. And who is? So. Christian Harper says, power corrupts and absolute power corrupts absolutely. I believe that is a quote from Lord Acton. Although it's attributed usually to, for some reason, it's attributed to Machiavelli for some reason. Don't know how that got. Maybe he just repeated it or something. But yeah, that's a great quote. Elf of Courage is a $5 super chat. See, by the time this game, this show's already started, he's probably up somewhere over $50. So this is like sending a $50 super chat nearly. Elf of Courage since a $5 super chat says, if you want a nice, funny family Christmas movie, hunt down The Muppets Family Christmas, full of fun, laughs, and good comedy. I love that movie. Yes, I know that movie very well. Very good. Great recommendation, Elf. Absolutely. So, are you guys ready? Huh? Are you ready? Are you ready to find out who your quarterbacks are? Let's go. Let's do this. All right. Boom. The dice roll.
Do they have to choose? Because Nightwalker is leaving. Maybe he wants to pick a quarterback.
Okay, hang on just a second.
Oh, he said he'll stay a bit.
There we go. That's cool. All right. So, just going to change these around. All right. So this week we have
Oh, man, he's thinking he can join now.
James Johnson. So this is the third round. James Johnson versus, it's James Johnson's Gamma entry versus Mr. Automotive. Is Mr. A here?
He was here.
Okay. Now remember, guys, if you're here, you've got about 30 seconds to tell me who your quarterback is once I've called your name out. If you don't answer quarterback by then, I'm going to roll the dice and pick it for you.
Oh, he's here.
Okay? Mr. James Johnson, you're on top, so we'll designate you as gold. And Mr. A, actually, no. James Johnson, the top will be silver, and the bottom will be gold. Okay? So this is just to see who gets to pick the first quarterback, okay? Tie, that's both a 4. Okay, so silver wins. James Johnson, you are first. Who is your quarterback, my friend? Now, you can pick of all 32 starting quarterbacks. You don't have to pick from the list of 12. James Johnson going with Patrick Mahomes. Okay. Mr. A, you're on the clock. So I'll just slide this, Elf, so you can see who won, who lost, so you can know what happened. So last week, James Johnson beat Addy. Of course, you can see that Mr. A's Beta beat Nightwalker's Gamma. So as it goes down, you'll be able to see who's next and who wins. So Mr. A's got Jared Goff. Man, the Lions offense, they've been kicking. I know I say this every week, but I really like Jared. I like what I see from him. And I don't know. I just think that he got a raw deal, honestly. So, okay. So we're going to roll for what category you're in there. So number 4, completions. Oh, Goff might win this one. He throws it a lot. So that might be a good choice by Mr. A there. Nicely done. All right. So Andy Butts beat Michael Brown. Andy, I don't see him here. If you are, just make your presence known. So, but I don't think he's here, so I'll go ahead and move on. Let's see. Nightly Sinister, Kevin Stratton. Go ahead and make your pick. You've got 30 seconds. Hey, what happened to my... No.
Got a clean shot in the hole.
Yeah. Alpha Courage says, I'm sorry, Luke, says, can I cast my vote in advance? I want Burrow again. Yeah, that's fine. I prefer you guys wait until your turn, but yeah, that's okay. If you got to be somewhere. Okay, Nightly Sinister did not answer me, I guess. So, I'm going to roll. Okay, number 4, Andy Butts gets Joe Burrow. Nightly Sinister, your quarterback is Patrick Mahomes. Your stat is 4 completions again. Interesting. Okay, next up. Angel Eliab defeated the Gourd Kings Alpha, and James Alpha, not James Johnson, beat Bitcoin Motors as Beta. So we got Angel Eliab versus James. James isn't here. Angel. Oh, did he tell you what quarterback he wanted? Who? Mahomes? Mahomes. Okay. I have to roll the dice first, though. Okay. So 3 silver. So yeah, you can go ahead with Mahomes. It's fine. All right. Gold 1. Mahomes is already there, but he lost it. So. Oh, I didn't need to do the second one. Number 8. Tua. James gets Tua. That's gonna be a good matchup. Let's see what the. I keep rolling 4s. That's weird. All right. Look at this. 4, 4, 4. The previous 2 games. Okay. Next round, we got Alpha Courage who defeated Daya Burst. And we got Jalen who defeated Z Sean Hassan. Jalen, are you here? Alpha Courage, you are here. Both of you are here tonight. So I'm going to roll the dice to see who gets to pick first. Number 3, Alpha Courage, you go first. Who's your quarterback? You have 30 seconds. Boom, boom. I love this game. It's so fun. Let's go. Tell me who you got. Herbert. Alpha Courage. Okay, Jalen, who you got, buddy? Brady. Nice. Love it. He won picking Brady last week. He's going to go down with the GOAT. Okay? I love it, Jalen. I love it. All right. Let's see. Hopefully this is not a number. Well, actually a 4. Both Herbert and Brady throws a lot of completions. So, number 2, touchdowns. Wow, this is going to be an interesting game. So who has more touchdowns, Herbert or Brady? And remember, the person who wins this tournament wins an Xbox S. All right, with Tyree Vaughn, his Delta beat Julius Byers Beta, and Coolhan Jared defeated Israel's Alpha. So we got Tyree versus Coolhan Jared. Tyree, have you seen Tyree here, Milena? Okay. Coolhan Jared, did you see Coolhan Jared here? Okay, I don't think either of them are here. I'll just wait a second. For Bitcoin, I'm not, yeah, we'll get there in a second. I'm not sure what the outcome was there for him. Okay, so I'm just going to roll the dice for these guys. 6 gold. So I'll roll gold first. Your quarterback is 3. Your quarterback is going to be Josh Allen. Tyree Vaughn, your quarterback is going to be Jared Goff. And you're looking for touchdowns. Another good one. That's gonna be a close one. Goff and Allen. They're both capable of throwing a lot of touchdowns there. So that's gonna be interesting. So okay. Last week Mr. A's Alpha lost to Anthony Preston, and Luke R's Beta defeated the Redcoats Alpha. So we got Anthony Preston versus Luke. Okay, Luke, you won the toss. So tell me who your quarterback is. You have 30 seconds, my friend. And Anthony, you're up next. So.
He wants you to roll the dice.
Oh, you want me to roll for you? Okay, sure, no problem. Luke, what happened? Oh, didn't Luke tell me already?
Yeah, Luke had something.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I just want to confirm.
Borrow. He wants borrow.
That's right, Joe Burrow. Okay, and Anthony wants me to roll the dice for him. Okay. Number 10, Jared Goff. Depending on the stat. No whammies. No whammies, Gord King. Boom! 3 turnovers. Who's going to have least turnovers, Burrow or Goff? That'd be interesting. James Johnson's Beta last week beat Dennis Dennerling. Dave Wilhauer's Alpha beat Nightwalker's Beta, so we got James Johnson against Dave Wilhauer. Both of them are here, so we're going to roll to see who picks first. Oh, fumble. Have to redo it. 6. Dave Wilhauer, you go first, my friend. You were on the clock, Dave. Look at this. They'll never get me Lucky Charms. My cat eats Lucky Charms. My cat, Isabel. When she was a kitten, she's 15, almost 15 now, but when she was a kitten, she used to pull the marshmallows out of my Lucky Charms. Because I eat cereal dry. I don't eat it with milk, so I eat it like you're eating candy or whatever. And she started pulling them out when she was a kid, and she's done it ever since. It's interesting. Biden, what do you mean a tie? In what way? I mean, there's different types of ties. Do you mean for seeing who goes first, or with the stats? What kind of lunatic eats cereal dry? This lunatic. Okay. With the stats. Well, there's contingencies. So if you tie on the same stat, let's say your stat is number 2, then the tiebreaker is a win, whoever won. If both quarterbacks won, then it goes to stat number 3. If that's a tie, it goes to stat 4, and so on until there is a winner. So, okay. James, go ahead. I could have... Dave was here just a while ago. I don't know what happened to him. So I'm going to roll for Dave real quick. Dave, we're going to go with Patrick Mahomes for Dave. All right. And James, go ahead and tell me who your guy is. Dak Prescott. I like it. Okay. And your statistic will be 4 completions. They're about even with the amount of completions they throw, generally speaking. I don't know what the exact stat is, but I mean that's about right. I think they both probably throw between like 17 to 20. My guess will be. Okay, we have Redcoat Beta who beat my father, Thomas Allen. Man, why didn't I rig this thing? I should have rigged it for my dad. Come on.
Why do you rig it?
Come on, Daddy needs an Xbox. I told you, I can rig it by using my telekinesis. Diane Tincher, who just got off work, by the way. Thank you, Diane, for you're just in time. Diane Tincher defeated Mr. Automotive's Gamma. So we've got Redcoat and Diane. Both are here. Let's see who gets to pick first. The Redcoat. Redcoat, you go first. Redcoat is on deck. You've got 30 seconds. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Redcoat goes. Dak Prescott. I like it. Diane, you're on deck. And Diane, you have 30 seconds. Yeah, it's next to impossible to have a tie in every stat, Tiffany. Yeah, that will never happen. If that happened and everything, that would be the craziest thing ever. Then we'd have to come up with something, some kind of tiebreaker. I don't know. But that's never going to happen anyway. Diane picks Mahomes. Okay, let's see what we got here. Same matchup from before. This matchup will be touchdowns. That's going to be a good one. Nice. Remember, it's all-purpose yards, all-purpose touchdowns, all turnovers when it comes to things like this, okay? So with yards, it's passing and rushing yards, even receiving yards if the quarterback does the trick play and receives, okay? It's just yards in general. I don't care how they get them. Touchdowns, same way. I don't care how they get the touchdown. Turnovers is, of course, interceptions and fumbles. Not just not fumble and your team recovers. That don't count. It's got to be a turnover, so it's got to be a loss. So good luck to Redcoat and Diane Tincher there. It's going to be a good game. Okay, that's the Roman side, Roman Empire side. Now we're going to move to Byzantium. So we have James Johnson's Delta last week defeated Israel's Beta. So James Beta defeated Lord Varsh's Beta. So we've got James Johnson versus James. I'm going to roll the dice here. James Johnson, you go first. Tell me your quarterback. Double your risk, double your winnings. Remember that from Deep Space Nine?
Oh, yeah. True.
Double your risk, double your winnings. Like he said that like 10 times during that episode. James versus James. This is the battle of the Jameses. James picks Tom Brady, the GOAT. Didn't even have to write Brady, by the way. Just put a GOAT. That makes sense. James, I'll roll for you, buddy. Let's see what you got here. Number 5, Herbert. Look at that. Statistic will be touchdowns. Nice. Very nice. Good luck to you guys. Biden blah 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 Beta lost to Brad Gold. Redcoats Delta defeats Ravens Ray Lewis Alpha, which is Elliott. So we got Brad Gold versus Redcoat. Brad's not here. Redcoat is, but I still have to roll the dice. Brad goes first. So Brad, I will roll for you. I don't think you're here because you didn't make your presence known. If you are, let me know. But I don't think you are. 7. Well, for now, you're getting Kirk Cousins. Okay. Red coat. Red coat. Make your pick. Ba-da-ba-ba-bum, ba-da-ba-ba-bum. I don't know. So, I love this. I love this game. I can't wait to see who wins. I want to know. I want to know. We have to wait till week 18. Sucks. Sucks. I want to know. Who's going to win the Xbox? Who's going to have a connection to my screen? Who's going to play Halo and Madden with me? Who's it going to be? Who's going to have the custom desktop when they turn the Xbox on? Actually, you're going to have to install it yourself because I won't ever have your Xbox. The Xbox will be purchased and shipped to you directly. So, but you will be sent the USB thumb drive in order to load all of that stuff. So we should call it the Giselle box. Yeah, that's a good one. X. Red coat goes with Mahomes. Brad Gold's favorite quarterback. Interesting. Turnovers. Who's going to have... Well, Mahomes almost never turns the ball over. It's very rare for him. Well, I don't say almost never, but he takes... He's hard to intercept. Like the gods of football smile on him a lot when he throws a pick. A lot of guys seem to drop it and stuff like that. So, hey, it's part of it, right? Good luck to you guys. Diaburst Beta lost to Bitcoin Motors' Alpha. And Nightwalker Delta defeats Luke R's Alpha. So, Bitcoin, is this the one you're asking about? I'm not sure. You're asking about one of them. But anyway, so both of you are here. I'm going to see who goes first. Nightwalker. Nightwalker, you have 30 seconds to pick your quarterback. And Bitcoin, you are on deck. So be thinking about what quarterback you want. Nightwalker goes Mahomes. Bitcoin, who you got? Who you got? Who you got? Big money, big money, big money. Let's go. Big money, big money. You know what? I think that I need to put the delay back on to no latency. I think that's the problem with it shouldn't take this long. I noticed you guys were saying that there was like a weird delay or something. So I got to put that back. Bitcoin goes with Herbert. Ooh, I like it. Now let's see here. Your statistic will be 1 yards, all-purpose yards. Remember, it doesn't matter how you get them, just that you got them. Good luck to you guys. Okay, so John Thomas Chavez's Beta defeated Donnie's Take a Pick Gamma. And Tiffany O defeated Ozymandias 2014's Beta. So we got John Thomas Chavez versus Tiffany. I believe both of them are here. Let's see who goes first. I did it again. I keep fumbling. This is 2 fumbles. I haven't had a fumble all year, and now I've got 2. Tiffany, you're first. You have 30 seconds, Tiffany. Let me know who you want as quarterback. And Tiffany, I know you're a Falcons fan, but don't say Marcus Mariota because he got benched. Not that I would think that you were going to pick him anyway. Tiffany goes Joe Burrow. I like it. John Thomas Chavez, you are on the clock. John goes with Jalen Hurts. Mixing it up. We finally have a Hurts sighting here. Turnovers. Don't want any turnovers. Okay? That's your game. Good luck, John and Tiffany. The Gourd King Beta last week defeated Salami Pizza. Tyree Vaughn's Gamma defeated Donnie's Take a Pick Beta. Damn, Donnie. Two losses right there in a row. So we got the Gourd King versus Tyree Vaughn. I don't think Tyree's here, but I still have to find out because if I roll for him and that quarterback is taken, so Gourd King wouldn't be able to pick that. Anyway, 4-1. The Gourd King is first. Gourd King, tell me who you got. You have 30 seconds. If you can't have Jennifer Lawrence, you'll take Kirk Cousins? Okay. That's strange. Tyree, I will roll for you, buddy. So, number 6, Dak Prescott. Your statistic for the game will be turnovers. Oof, that's interesting. Addy Visorno's Beta lost to my sister, Sherry Allen. That means it's got to be rigged, right? Michael Brown's Beta defeats Julius Byers Alpha. So we got Sherry Allen versus Michael Brown. Michael Brown, childhood friend of mine, almost a member of the family, basically. So this is interesting. Mike versus Sherry. That's funny. Here we go. Let's see who goes first. Silver, 6/3. That's Sherry. Let's see who Sherry's. Mahomes. Michael Brown. Michael Brown gets Burrow. Okay. Okay. Number 1. That's a 1 if you guys can't see it. A 1. Okay. So, who's going to throw for most, or who's going to have more yards, Mahomes or Burrow? That'd be a good one. Good luck to you guys. Okay. Nightly Sinister's Beta loses to Tyree Vaughn's Beta, and Mastermind 2553 defeats Thomas Allen. My dad's Beta version there. So, okay. Just a second. I need to get the super chat here. Okay. Hell yeah. Bitcoin Motors sends a $2 super chat. He says Star Trek TNG theme was in the first Star Trek movie. Absolutely. It was a bit different. It was the first part, like the da 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 da, but then it goes into this really goofy subset there, like a weird. It goes into like a weird area, right? It's a little different, but yeah, I was definitely singing the Next Generation version, where that was what was on my mind. But that's right. Thanks for correcting me, Bitcoin. See, this is payback for my correction over him. So.
Did Jason, your brother,
No, Jason's category is last. Okay, so Tyree Vaughn Beta versus Mastermind. Gold there. So that's Mastermind goes first. Mastermind, you have number 5, Herbert. Tyree Vaughn. Number 1, Mahomes. Category is 1 yards. Good luck to you guys. Ryan Dyer, yes, this is not a real show. This is actually a simulation. Absolutely. Yes, I'm as real as Kim Kardashian's booty. I just want to let you guys know that that I am controlled opposition. I am an agent for the NFL. And you could have seen that because, during my debate, I actually wore Freemasons cufflinks. So I wanted to, I wanted to, the Illuminati always tells you what they're going to do. So I wanted to put that out there and make sure that happens. So absolutely. James Johnson's Epsilon last week defeated Rafael Hagoy. Jason Allen, my brother, who is in the chat now, defeated Redcoats Gamma. So we have James Johnson, Epsilon versus Jason Allen. I'm going to roll here to see who goes first. James Johnson, you are on the clock. You have 30 seconds, my friend. Tell me who your quarterback is. What the hell?
I don't know. I'm going to check on my headset. Ask them.
Did my headphones get did my Bluetooth get hacked or something?
Ask them. Oh, they can hear you.
Can you guys hear my voice now?
Hi. Oh, it's gone now.
Can you hear me? What the hell was that? It must have been you know what? I went to the scores here. It must have been one of those automatic videos that start playing. But you shouldn't have been able to hear that though. I don't have that routed. That doesn't make sense. Yeah, I don't have the web browser's audio routed to the actual software. I have no idea how they heard that. That's so weird. Okay, moving on. All right, whatever. So I think the Bills have got it, but they've got the Chiefs on their toes there. So the Chiefs are not going to lose another game if you look at their schedule. So the Bills are going to have to win out, I think, if they want to keep the number 1 seed. So we've got the Cleveland Addies versus the Cincinnati Bengals. And honestly, I think this is the type of game also. These division games are weird. I've always said that the Bengals could just kind of screw up, but they're not going to. The Bengals are playing great football right now. And Deshaun Watson, there's going to be a process where he's going to have to learn and get back into the swing of things. The Browns, organization, they're going to have to massage his way back to playing good football again, and you're just going to have to work with it. And it's going to be touch and go for a while. So, and the Browns aren't going to have a happy ending this year. It's not going to go well for them. But you know what? At least Deshaun Watson has some receivers that can get free release, and they can get off the ball pretty well. They've got some good tight ends who can, make some noise, get things done. Got a pretty good running back in Nick Chubb, who can hit the hole pretty hard. So he's able to get penetration into the backfield. So I think it's a really good team that is around Deshaun Watson there. So it's going to be hard for him. So it's not going to be a cakewalk, so the Bengals. Texans, garbage Texans. Texans who are tanking, of course. Well, actually, no, they might not be tanking. They may just suck. They may just suck that bad. Okay. So, obviously the Cowboys have got this easily. Cowboys destruction. Vikings, Lions. You ready for this? Detroit is going to beat the Minnesota Vikings tomorrow. Okay? You heard it here first. Detroit Lions over the Minnesota Vikings. Jared Goff will defeat Kirk Cousins. Okay. Eagles, Giants. This is at New York. Giants are who we thought they were. They are who we thought they were. Yeah, this is not going to go well for New York. Sorry. Ravens at Steelers. Ravens are playing without Lamar Jackson. They've got their backup. And I didn't see much difference, honestly. They have a very similar game, but I think this is a game that the Steelers can win if they just focus and put a good game together. I'm not happy with the Ravens, how they seem to not be able to close games out when they could. The Ravens-Steelers are always a good rivalry, always a good game. It doesn't matter what position either team is in. Mike Tomlin, the coach of the Steelers, he's in trouble. He's never had a losing season, okay? The worst he's ever been is 500. So that's at risk here. He's going to have to put together some wins. Not that that's probably on his team's mind or anything, I doubt. But I'm just saying, as a matter of fact, that he needs to look out for that. But I do think the Steelers are going to get the upset here. Okay? Jaguars at Titans. What are the Titans doing? What are they doing? I mean, every single year, okay, the Titans do some good stuff. We think they're going to be good, and then they go and they do stupid crap. They're so weird. Can't trust them. You can't count on them, but they will be able to win this one tomorrow against the Jaguars. Chiefs at Broncos. Okay, so Broncos are a weird team. They have a pretty good defense, but Russell Wilson isn't playing well, and the whole offense isn't playing well. But I refuse to believe that Russell Wilson forgot how to play football. Okay, and I'm sorry, but the Seattle Seahawks offensive scheme and coaching isn't so miraculous that it made Russell Wilson an all-pro level player, and all of a sudden Russell Wilson is the worst quarterback in the NFL. Okay, this has got to be a coaching problem. This has got to be an offensive scheming problem, player problem. Some of it's on Russell too, because he's not a very good leader. He's he's doing his best Deshaun Watson impression, rubbing his teammates the wrong way instead of the right way. So, but the Chiefs got that, obviously. Panthers at Seahawks. This is a no-brainer. Seattle's going to take this. Geno Smith playing some really good football. Panthers, whatever, man. Okay. Dolphins at Chargers. Dolphins are pretenders, okay? Frauds. Total and utter frauds. Chargers got this. So book it. Paint a picture. Take a picture. I don't give a fuck. Okay? Monday Night Football, we've got Patriots, Cardinals, New England, baby. New England's going to win this because they can't lose this game. They can't lose this game. I wonder if my brother Steven is going to be at this game. He should. But Mac Jones versus the football baby. No. They can't lose this game. If they lose this game, the season is lost. So Patriots are going to win that one. And that leads us to the Buccaneers and the 49ers. Okay. So here we go. Let's talk about this. Shit. Buccaneers, 49ers. So here's the deal. The Bucs seem to play according to their competition. That seems to be their effort level and how they do things. I don't know why, but they a lot of times they play down to their competition. If they're playing the lowly Steelers or the Panthers, they play like the Steelers or Panthers. If they play the Chiefs, they throw the football. And, you know, if you remember that Chiefs game, they started kind of making a run towards the end there because they needed to take care of business and move the ball quickly, which led to Tom making more decisions in the moment. And we all know what happened with that. So it's a problem for them because of the 49ers, and everyone knows that they're a great team. I expect the Bucs to at least play a better game that we've seen. I expect them to take this game seriously. But with it raining and being a nasty game, this is going to be difficult. This is one of the games that I had as a loss for the Bucs. I think they'll play better. I think Tom's going to have a pretty decent game despite how good that defense is. The Bucs defense is going to have to stop the run and basically dare Brock Purdy to beat them. And it's all going to be up to him if he can do that. So I don't feel great about this game. Even the quarterback situation doesn't make a difference for me, whether it was Jimmy or Brock. I don't care. I don't think there's that big of a difference as far as the effect on this particular game. Tom's going back home. He's going back to San Francisco. He wants to prove to them that they screwed up, okay? That they didn't pick him. They didn't go after him in 2020 when he wanted to be there. So he's pissed off about that. It also may be an audition for the 49ers for next year. With all of that said, I think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to win this game. Okay? And that is not my heart. Okay? That is my head saying that every single time Tom has something to prove or revenge against somebody specifically or has other reasons, he seems to be locked in. He seems to, not that he isn't always, but this more so than ever, he wants this game. Okay, he wants it so bad. I know he does. And I think he's going to motivate everybody. He's going to talk to everybody. I think he's going to have everyone focused and ready to go. And I think they're going to want to win this game for him. He's got to show San Francisco what they missed out on. So it's going to be interesting, but look, I can't wait. I can't wait until tomorrow. It's just, this game is going to be so fun to watch. And then on Monday, we get the Pats game. So this is going to be a great weekend of football. As you guys know, the 49ers and Mike Shanahan did not want to go with Tom Brady. They felt at the time, and they said that basically Jimmy Garoppolo is a lateral move to Tom Brady. So there's really no reason to do the shake up and make a change. In reality, we know, and well, we don't know, but in my opinion, that it was about ego. It was about credit. So Shanahan would rather keep his team like it is in contention and be called the genius, and he gets credit for everything, because there's no identifiable person on the 49ers that anyone can really focus on. So he gets all the credit for everything. He would rather have that and perhaps win a Super Bowl his way and doing it that way than bringing in Tom Brady and actually winning a Super Bowl. And the reason is because if you bring Tom Brady in, if he had brought Tom Brady in 2020 and they win the Super Bowl, of course, we know they would have, then Kyle is completely dismissed. Okay? Everyone would say, oh, Kyle had to bring in Tom Brady and Tom Brady did it. Tom would get all the credit, naturally. And that he couldn't live with that. And that's the way he wants to do things. Now, him and his dad are famous for, a good run game, very good scheme, run scheme, and all that. So they just have their ways of doing things. And make no mistake, his father, Mike Shanahan, is very much involved with Kyle, of course. So, but I think that was the decision making there, is that they just didn't want, Kyle didn't want to relinquish any kind of control or any kind of credit for that. And he didn't want that to be a thing. He didn't want that to be a problem. Apparently he regrets it now, because he made a comment basically saying, what was everyone thinking when they passed on Tom Brady? Well, what were you thinking, dude? That's what I'd like to know. But that's what he was probably thinking, because there's no real football reason. There's no legit football reason for them to pass on him if you know football and if you're watching. I told you guys that Tom Brady was not done. I don't care how 2019 ended. That was a bad Patriots team, not bad Tom Brady. That was a different thing. He had plenty left. Okay? And there's no way that Kyle didn't know that. Okay? He had to have known. So, Ryan Dyer, you're correct. Mike Shanahan does kind of look like a serial killer, doesn't he? But yeah, that's what I think is going to happen there. So I think the Bucs are actually going to pull this out, and I think they're going to play good football tomorrow. I know it's raining. I know everything says that this is the 49ers game, but for some reason I just sense that something good is going to happen, and this might be the turning point for the Bucs. Now, I originally had them pegged to lose this game, like I said, but I kind of changed my mind after thinking about it. And yeah, it's going to be interesting. So, all right, guys. You better put some water on that damn shit. All right. Thank you guys so much. Tonight was amazing. Look at all these super chats, and we got a new console, and we got a new member, DC52. We even got a new subscriber. So great show tonight. Amazing. I had so much fun. You guys are awesome. Good luck on your games tomorrow. And also, please don't forget, follow me on Twitter, VonAllen Sports. Go to Twitter, follow me there, because during games, I am constantly tweeting, constantly making comments and stuff. And you guys, I'd love to get your comments and hear back from you. So I do that all day long during football day. So see you there. And I'll see you guys for the next show. Okay. Thank you so much. Have a good weekend. VonAllen Sports. Let's go, baby.
This is Patriots linebacker, Super Bowl 49 champ, Darius Fleming, and you're watching VonAllen Sports. Real and honest NFL analysis. Subscribe now. Join the empire. VonAllen Sports, let's go!
VonAllen Sports.